Okay, today we're going to do a clutch adjustment, actually complete clutch adjustment from the clutch assembly, which is right here, and finish off with the cable adjustment for the end play adjustment. First thing I would suggest doing is getting yourself getting a Harley Davidson factory service manual, or you can get an aftermarket manual, but one way or the other, it'd be a good idea, actually a very good idea, to get the proper manual to do any type of servicing on your motorcycle. With that said, what I've done is gone to the clutch adjustment section, and I've actually rewritten some of the information that I'm going to need as I do this procedure. This just makes it a little bit easier when you're doing the when you're doing the adjustment, so you don't have to keep flipping back through the pages, and at the same time you don't end up getting the book all greased up. Okay, I've started this procedure by draining the primary oil, and basically all I've done is taken a used coolant bottle, wiped it out, and I actually cut with a utility knife. I cut open a small portion of the kind of hard to see, but I've cut open a portion of the side of it and use that as a little drain pan. For me, it fits in between the lift and makes it a lot easier to deal with. Okay. First thing that you want to do is go to your clutch cable. Go to your clutch cable. Hard to see here because it's all black. But what you want to do is back the adjustment off. Okay, basically you're putting all the free play possible that it could have. You're going to take all that slack out of it, or actually you're going to give it slack. You're going to loosen that up, back it off. Okay, the lever, you'll feel it in the lever. The lever will move very easily. After you've done that, then you can come over here, and this jam nut, you're going to loosen that jam nut. Probably be better if the bike was either on the ground or you had it in gear. I have the bike on the lift, and it's probably in like second or third gear. And what you're going to do is you're going to loosen this. You're going to loosen that with an 11/16 wrench, probably an offset, box offset wrench would probably help. You might want to put a towel here so you don't scratch the finish on the primary cover. And you're going to back that nut off. Once you back that nut off, you want to get a Allen key, or in this case I have a T-handle. It's a 7/32 Allen that I have in here. And after you've backed that nut off, you're going to turn this screw until it bottoms. Okay, when I say bottoms, and basically you're going to turn it, very gently, and you're going to turn it until it stops. You might want to do it a couple times so you get the feel of it. Once it stops, what I do is I get some whiteout, okay, liquid paper, something of that nature. Try not to use the pens, the whiteout pens. They don't. A lot of times they don't get the mark on there that well. But what I've done is I've actually adjusted this already. But what I do is I stick a dot of that whiteout at a 12 o'clock position. The reason why I do that is because once you've loosened the jam nut and turned this screw all the way until it bottoms, that's where I put the whiteout dot. That's my reference point at where it's bottomed. And then what you want to do is you want to use your Allen key and turn this screw out approximately a half to one full turn. Okay. Once you've done that, then you want to lock the jam nut down, and the jam nut's going to be locked down to, it's in inch pounds. It's 72 to 120 inch pounds. So, you're talking about 6 to maybe 8 foot-pounds. You can pretty much feel that by hand. So you're going to lock that down. Then you're going to go back to the clutch cable side, and you're going to adjust that, I call it a turnbuckle, threaded sleeve, what have you. You're going to adjust it to take the slack out of the cable. And once you rotate this and take some of the slack out, the clutch will actually feel, when you're squeezing the lever, it'll feel like it should. It'll have tension to it. Okay? And you can make sure, you'll know if everything is doing what it's supposed to be doing, because one, it'll feel correctly, and two, if you actually look at the center of the clutch, you can see that the diaphragm is depressing the clutch plates. You kind of see that moving, right? And that's pretty much it. At this point, you want to fill your primary oil up, and you can go back and refer to your service manual for the picture, but basically, I have a little flexible light here. Basically, you're going to fill that oil right up to that edge. There's a specific primary oil you want to use for this. It tells you in the service manual what the dealer recommends, or you can use Harley Davidson's Syn 3, which is a full synthetic oil. My personal preference is I use the Syn 3 in all of the cavities. I use it in the primary, motor oil, as well as the transmission. Been using it for now 10,000 miles plus, and have had no problems with it. It's a little pricey, but I think in the long run it's worth it. So we're going to go ahead and proceed to fill the oil.